In this video, I'm going to go through the Smart Lab activity Shout It Out. The Smart Labs are engaging gaming type elements built into Smart Notebook. For any of the Smart Labs, it's best that you start with a blank page. Once I'm on my blank page, I need to simply click on the Smart Lab button on the toolbar. It's a little Space Invader alien guy. When I click on the Smart Lab, it's going to pop up all the Smart Labs that are available within Smart Notebook. There are quite a few in here. In this case, I'm looking for the Shout It Out. Shout It Out is a brainstorming type app. It can also be used for categorization with students. Notice it does say devices required, which means the students do have to have some type of internet connected device. Whether it's a cell phone, an iPad, a laptop, a desktop computer, they have to be connected to the internet to use this activity. So I'm going to select Shout It Out, and it's going to ask me, do I want randomized or categories? If I do randomized, any contribution made by the student is just going to randomly pop up somewhere on the smartboard. That one works great if you're just looking for ideas, a general brainstorming idea. You could also do categories if you wanted specific category types from the students. So if maybe you're asking them at the beginning of the lesson on World War II about the Axis powers and Allied powers. How much do they actually know? You could set up an Allied category and an Axis category, and then say, okay, name countries you know are Axis or Allied powers. So you've got your options available to you. I'm going to keep mine randomized for this one. You also can do contributions. Are they going to be text or images? You can't have both, but you can have one or the other. The students can actually submit images, and the images would pop up on the smartboard. Very, very neat feature. How many contributions per student do you want? The default is always 3. You can increase that or decrease that as you see fit. And then student names. Do you want names to show with responses? You can show or hide. Now keep in mind you can always turn that on and off after the fact too, which is important in case you have that one student who decides to try to post something inappropriate. You can go in and pull up their name and see who they are. So I've got mine set. I'm going to leave Show Online and I'm going to hit Finish. When I hit Finish, it's going to load the Smart Lab activity on the screen. It's a very simple one. It's going to pop up. It's going to give us this information right away, telling them they need to go to Hello Smart and put in this code. I'm ready to start the activity. So I'm going to go ahead and simply hit Start. And I'm going to close this so it's not in the way. Right now, it's just a gray screen because the students are going to go to Hello Smart, and here is the Shout It Out activity for the student side. They get a little box that asks for their responses. If you had it as images, there would be an option for them to browse and upload their image. So all they need to do, maybe I'm just doing a quick brainstorming activity. I'm just going to say hello, and I'm going to send. When I send it, it says I got 2 responses left, and I can type in additional responses as I see fit. Once I've sent my last response, it will say, I'm done, I cannot submit any more as that student. So back at Smart Notebook, all of those responses I typed in are now popping up inside of Smart Notebook. So as these students are doing this on their phone or whatever else, you can see it's going to start popping these ideas up on the board. Great brainstorming activity. And what's nice is when it's all said and done and you can end the activity, I'm going to end it so the students can't contribute anymore. Now I can come in here and start discussing all these brainstorming activities and moving them around. It allows us to move them to wherever we need them to go. So we can make our own categories real fast because of all the brainstorming done by the students. If there is something we want to get rid of, I can simply just click it and drag it to the trash, and it's going to tell me once it's deleted, it can't be recovered. So if I confirm it, it is gone. That is the Shout It Out activity of Smart Labs.